Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Thursday, January 27th. And the market has been active this morning. Pound Aussie has kicked off three trades. Crude has kicked off. This is the third trade on crude, and it is short on a stop and reverse from 88.32, trying to work its way down through the 50.
Target bill. Order cancel. Order fill.
One moment while I manage another trade. All right. Let me get back to that. Good morning, Miles. And I have the evening plan chart for the Russell catapult up in the upper right-hand corner there. And we have a short to open 28 seconds in. And it was just a 3-second bar, so that was not tradable. Money management
Target bill.
on crude and target 1 is filled, as is target 2. Another short on the YM, 359, still hasn't triggered. And then the short moves up a bit to 63, and that did trigger, but I don't think that's a little trade. All right, that definitely has triggered in now. Certainly take target 2 on that one. And target 2 is only 19 ticks. And we get a break-even stop out, it looks like. And a new short. That's a simple moving short off the simple moving average at 334. Moving around rapidly, trailing down on crude now. Unleaded also in a short that's trailing and has hit target. And now, did we get short on that? 48.4 to 50. Yeah, we should have. And now we're long on the YM. As I said, very quick movement, and that one is a target 1 for a 34 tick target 1. Actually, that's a stop and reverse, so that's only 32 ticks on the stop and reverse. So our entry would have been pushed up a couple of ticks. The entry was at 66, so the entry would have been 68. And I suspect we probably needed this short to get positive. Not that I like it much, but oh wow, that's nasty. We took a long and on the stop and reverse on the YM, and then quickly back down and stopped for a full stop out on that trade. And let's see, soybeans, what we have here. That's a no trade. Here's our first trade of the morning, setting up, triggering in right now, 1443.75. And that is a long. Pound Aussie is showing that it has hit money management, but that was a stop and reverse would have been at 14, and that would key level because it is a stop. That's going to key level to 16, which will push the money management up from 26 to 28, which it did not hit. So we're still long there. Target one, especially with this wide a spreads right now, I would move my target up to targets 2, 3, and 4. 2 positions off at target 2. So still long and still not having hit money management as yet. And the blue line there I'm showing is where money management should be. Crude hitting target 3 and trailing all the way down already to 88.06. Still 88.06 for the stop. Unleaded at trailing at 55.91. And looks like a full stop out on soybeans. Soybeans kind of tracking back and forth across the 50 EMA right now. That's not a good sign. And the YM throwing off trades. We took that short is avoidable. That came just touched the entry and went right back up. I'm sure that was very close to the setup. So now we're in a short that looks like it may stop and reverse to long. Entry. Entry was 56, so yeah, that will be 58 for the stop and reverse, and it's still short. And there's money management on the short. Track the prior short and target one. 22 tick target. And that should have taken us out on the break-even stop. So flat, and you can get in sync with this short if you need to get positive. I don't know where we are. Numbers, I got to go back and count trades and numbers. A tough session this morning on the YM. Crude stopped out at 88.06. That's trade number 3, so that ends the 9 a.m. session. And unleaded stopping out 55.76. A long on a setup on unleaded if needed. That will depend on whether you're positive or not. Looks like single position would definitely be positive. Multiple positions may or may not be. It's going to be close either way. Pound Aussie still short, still in the long. Hasn't gotten up to money management yet. As long as the 50 holds, that trade's actually in pretty good shape. Although the 200 is moving down there, so this is a little bit of a squeeze zone between the 50 and the 200. See if it will break out high or low. Soybeans with another long setup, not triggering. And we'll have to see where we go from here. And the YM taking a full stop on the short now has a new short. And that goes for full stops. The YM on Spotlight with a very rough session this morning. Soybeans with a single full loss. Unleaded probably very close to break even. And there's an adjusted long setup that looks like it did trigger. Probably a little too fast to catch. And the YM with a long. See if it can get there successfully. I think we're outside of our 6 trade window at this point. And there's money management. Soybeans long setup did cancel. And there's a new short that did just trigger on soybeans. 1440.75. Money management and target one at 42.75. All right. Everybody's quiet this morning. Please do say hello so I know who is in the room. And hit the like button if you feel like you're getting value from the session. Soybeans, 2 ticks away from one. Got within 1 tick, and as 1 tick from money management from target. There's target one on soybeans. First trade lost 19 times 4, 76 ticks. So that's going to be a lot to make up. Target 2 hit. So that's 21 so far. Good morning, Miles. Good morning, Jeff. And the YM showing a strong uptrend this morning since the open now. Didn't start off that way initially, but that seems to be where it's going now. Soybeans hitting target 3. $8, $13, and $18. $39 plus whatever the trailer. So we've got back over half of the loss on the first trade. I didn't watch it yesterday afternoon, but it certainly is. It was active even in the pre-market this morning, I noticed.
Order submitted. Stop filled.
I'm just having to manage a trade there. Yeah, crude oil's gotten up fairly high for right now, I would expect. But crude has been just extremely active over the last week or two. It's up almost $10 a barrel, or actually a little more than $10 a barrel because it got down in the mid 70s. And soybeans coming back to go short from 1442, so we picked up 39. We don't adjust when we're already positive. So we picked up 5 more ticks. We're 44 of our 76, so we're down 32. I was a little surprised that crude was pushing higher, this much higher this morning. It was worked session high all the way up to 88.54. Well, Russell getting a little bit of noise in it as well this morning now. Starting to see quite a few wicks on those custom Renko bars using Uni-Renko on here on NinjaTrader. 10 a.m. crude mini session coming up in about 5 minutes. Pound Aussie trying to make a breakout lower, but back into the area between the 250 and the 200 again. All right. It's kind of all over the map. Soybeans is still short in an upswing right now. And we are almost in the crude session.
Order submitted.
Crude with a pending short that did trigger before our start time for the 10 a.m. session, but it is a get in sync.
Order filled.
And crude taking a quick shot at trying to get down to money management. US dollar seemed to be showing some strength this morning, which would tend to weigh on crude prices. Strong dollar would tend to have a downward effect on crude prices. And the YM, yet another trade. YM had a very successful short there. Well, that's not something that's part of our trade plan. We're done with the trade plan at this point. Win or lose.
Order submitted.
That's a stop and reverse at 83, and given that you're right on the SMA, I'd go ahead and take that to 86. It's not a big trade, but so your money management would be 96, one tick above target 1. So your objectives would be target 2 and 3. Hasn't triggered in with the adjustment. And there it goes. All right, target 1 on the soybean short. That's 10, so we're down 22 now. And there's another 16, so down only 6. Target 3 is 22, and that will be a POQ trade, putting us positive on the morning. Stop now at 1440.25. Soybeans got active all of a sudden.
Order submitted.
And now another stop and reverse on crude. This one at 87.73. Actually, 87.72, excuse me. And it just touched that, so I would probably bring that down to 87.71. So right now we're still in the, you'd still be in the long trade. With the prior bar hitting 72. It's a small trade, so I'd like to take it to 69, but just not enough size in the trade to do that. So currently still long. We did hit the unadjusted target or unadjusted entry point, so the stop and reverse will stay in effect until we hit the stop point. My desk is being explored. And stop was hit on the short, so that will take the stop and reverse off. I would leave my stop at, I would put the stop now at 69. Reduce your risk a little bit in the long. The long's got to push up through the 50 EMA to move forward here. And crude getting up to money management on the long, so stop comes up to 87 based on the adjustment to 86.
Stop fill.
And stop being filled, stop being filled at 86. That one ended up being a break even. So 2 trades down. We avoided the yellow short because of the stop and reverse and adjustment and the key level getting us away from this prior bar. So we have one more trade. $73 to 86, a 13 tick loss and a 1 tick gain. So down about 24 for 2 positions. All right. Waiting for the next trade then. Yeah, looks like a lot of things are just kind of going back and forth now. All right, soybean stopping out of the short at 39.25, and that ends that for the day. Pound Aussie would still be long. Hasn't gone anywhere, but still sitting actually sitting right just below the 50 EMA. The YM bouncing along, trying at a session high, in between the session high and the 50 EMA. So we have one more trade possibility with crude. Our 7-month-old kitten was exploring my desk and put a paw on the keyboards. He's going to be a big boy. At 7 months, he's already as big as our other cats. And will not be fully mature until between 3 and 4 years. And I've got the chat box. There we go. No trades on the downside for crude. Russell's being kind of interesting. A little bit noisy, but still picking up some reasonable trades. You can probably hear him purring now. He was right under the mic. All right. Russell with a trade start trailing down now. It's trailing the 10 EMA. And the YM taking a short as well, bouncing off of its 200 EMA. All right, one more trade on crude and we will call it a morning. And there is a short on crude at
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Stop filled.
all right. So we got a 1 tick out of that trade.
Target filled.
And the long being successful on the pound Aussie. Targets 1 and 2. Stop would now be at $89.24. And crude, well, that prediction that crude will fall was correct. It finally dropped out, as well as the YM, the Russell Micro. Soybeans is another short, but we're done there. Unleaded with another short. That pretty well wraps up what we've got going this morning. Let's see what heating oil did on Catapult. Go back to 9 o'clock there. Nothing going on, nothing going on. No trigger, no trigger, no trigger. Short is a 1 tick break even. Long, that's a full stop on the long, full stop on the short. Break even. There's a full target on the short. That's a 6th trade. That'll be the last trade. That gets the job done and is currently trailing at 7071. Pound Aussie hitting target 3 and still trailing. Patience the virtue there, and making the appropriate adjustments. Stop and reverse adjusted the trade, and plus key level adjusted the trade up, so the money management level adjusted up, and we stayed in the trade and ultimately successful. And that was the plotted entry at 89.12. Stop and reverse that goes to 89.14. Key level takes it to 89.16. So then 12 pips from there would be 89.28. There we go. So notice we did not hit money management up until it broke out. It was starting to break out. Went immediately through targets 2, 3, and 4. 2 positions at target 2 because of the adjustment. Target 1 was too small. Hitting target 4 now. And just closed another bar that pushed the stop up again. Stop now at 89.34. So I believe up. Yep, just 2 pips below target 2. Yeah, Raymond, Tuesday and Thursday are my days. Monday and Wednesday are Troy usually. And one schedule comment, I will be in the room Tuesday. The room will be dark next Thursday. I will be on the road headed to Phoenix. And so I will probably be behind the windshield rather than trading. Since Thursday, I should have about 11-hour day. At least that's the plan. So I will miss the next 2 Thursday sessions, I know. And most likely I believe it's 13th and 15th or something like that. So I will be in and out the next 3 weeks. I'll miss the next 2 Thursdays, and then I think the third week I'll miss both Tuesday and Thursday. But at least then, as Troy mentioned, he's scheduled to be traveling Monday, but thinks he should be able to do the room. So Monday is a little bit up in the air, but we will proceed as normal. Everyone have a wonderful weekend, and that heating oil trade did stop out. Nice trailer. That's the ones that we trail for, have the trailing position in there for. Probably about 3 or 4 times what the fixed target was on that trade. Yeah, and crude with a $1.50 move in the last 20 minutes, last 15 to 20 minutes. So definitely an active morning. Good trading for the rest of the day, for tomorrow and the week. Have a good weekend, and we will see everybody next week. Hopefully Troy will be in on Monday, and I will definitely see you on Tuesday.